Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Mentorship Corner. My name is Subia Nomtandazo. If you are joining us for the first time, please click the subscribe button down below to join the Mentorship Corner family, like our content, and of course share with your family and friends so that we can all learn and grow together. On today's video, we are having a guest. As you guys can see. So it's actually the first episode of our August edition, which is basically having conversations with women for women empowerment. Her name is Sinegugu Cele. She's a 30-year-old female who was born and bred in KZN South Coast in an area called Umzumbe. Growing up, she always wanted to be a lawyer, but after working for more than 4 years in the law industry, she realized that was not her passion. She then decided to start her own brand called Good to Glow, which is a beauty and cosmetics brand. So she deals with skin, wellness, as well as hair care. So on today's video, we're going to be talking about all things skincare and some of her tips and tricks on skincare routine and how to better take care of our skin. Welcome to the channel, Sid.
Thank you for having me, Nomsi.
Well, thank you for making time because I know the world of entrepreneurship gets very busy. So thank you for making time and having a conversation with us. And I hope that you guys will listen, take notes, and that you will be able to take care of yourselves a lot better after this conversation. So to begin our conversation, we have a long way to go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so to begin our conversation, we are going to take a walk down memory lane. I would like to know, how did you grow up? How was your childhood? You don't have to tell me where you studied or whatever, but like, how was your experience growing up in your area and stuff like that?
So thank you. So basically, my childhood was it was a loving environment, had very supportive parents. It was also very faith-based, so I grew up in a very spiritual, Christian-based family, and so they instilled a lot of values in me. And I think also I was a homebody. I was never the child that was always out in the streets. No, and also being like the firstborn, I think that came with like a lot of pressure. So the deputy parent title.
Yes.
So you are not that person that is always out and about because you're always told, you need to set an example for your siblings. So I grew up I didn't have something that was like extraordinary, that was like scary, or that was like, so my childhood was fairly like normal for me and the way I grew up, and I have very fond memories of my childhood.
Your childhood, yeah. So you grew up in a loving family, faith-based, deputy parents, which I think all firstborns.
Yes.
We get the title, Jay, we get the title. All right, so how did you, before we get to the next question, I want you to tell me about your experience in the law industry. How did that go? How was the 4 years?
So it was, because I had studied initially before that, right? And then I stopped, and then I decided to start working while I was pursuing my law degree. So I was working in a sense that I was doing most of like the work that a lawyer would do. So they would say you're a legal secretary or you'd be a PA to the director, but you basically do most of the work for them. So they'll tell you, this is the matter I'm dealing with, and obviously you have some training from school, so you're able to do the work. So I did the work, and I became good at it. And I realized, okay, I'm good at this, but I was not okay. I wasn't happy, and it started affecting my mental health. For me, that was like the biggest thing for me, that it started affecting my mental health in such a way that I would be anxious, not because I'm not good at my work and stuff, but because of like the work stress and the challenges of work and being in corporates. And I think like people always make corporate seem like it's such a bad thing, but it's not. I think it was just maybe it was not for me. So as much as I was good at my job, but for some reason it was just not. It was not working out. So that's when I was like, I always had other things that I was doing on the side to kind of give me that joy, that that warm fuzzy, that
mushy feeling.
That mushy. So I be like, I know I'm good at my job. I do my job. I go home, but then there's other things that I want to do that I do to kind of fill that gap that I felt. So that's for me when I was like, let me fully commit into beauty and cosmetics, because growing up I was always into it, but I think I never really considered it, and maybe my parents also never saw people around who were into those things that made a living. So it was always like, okay, you're smart enough, just study this and then you can do it. And I also didn't have a problem with that, because I've never been a person who's been shy. I can talk, and I've always been a person that always used to talk on behalf of other people. So I was like a spokesperson in a sense. So it came easy when they said, do this. I didn't mind it. So, but I think looking back, I've always had a passion for like skincare, beauty, like natural remedies. I remember like my late grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she was like very into like, when you're not feeling well, mix this, do this. So she was always that person that came up with like solutions and made things happen. And there's a lot of things that I realize now that I took from her, because she's like one of the first entrepreneurs that I got exposed to.
Yeah, it's normally the grannies.
Yes, it's like normally our grannies. She was like the first person that and she was a street vendor in texturing, selling vegetables and fruits. But anything else that she could sell, she would still sell. If there's something that's in season, there's a plant or there's something, she'll sell that. And if there's like something that she can mix up and like, this is going to help you with this, she will sell that. So she was very innovative, and I think at that point I didn't realize, but those are some of the early signs and the plants that she, like the seeds that she planted. And then as I grew up and when I started wanting to pursue the business aspect, I looked back at what the stuff that she did and the things that she tried, and I was like, wow, so maybe I should try that. I should try that. That worked. Let's work for me,
Yes, got you.
And it has been such an amazing journey so far.
Got you. You've literally just answered the next question, which is basically how you got into skincare. And not skincare, but how you ended up getting into business. Yes, but why skincare?
I think for me, skincare, like I just said, it's always been a passion on the side that I didn't really fully pursue, like, because I've always been that person, even when it comes to like things that I apply on my skin, I've always been like researching things way before, like there'll be like people telling you, guys, I just tried this and this. I've always been that person that when I see something and I read the benefits, where does it come from, what does it do, And funny enough, I wasn't a person that did science, but it's gotten to a point where I've read so much that like when I go shopping, I would look at what are the ingredients that are contained in something, and I would Google them and find out what they are. So for me, it was a thing of like, I loved knowing about skincare and what I applied on my skin. And granted, I know skincare is it tends to be a touchy topic, because sometimes people will say, obviously there's a lot of things that I play. We all can't have perfect skin, because there's other things that play, like your genetics, your lifestyle, the environment, like there's a lot of things. But I've always been one of those people that have been conscious in what I apply on my skin. So I think that love also of wanting to tell other people and show them what I've done and what I'm confident in and what I personally use, because I believe in standing behind what I use. So it's like it's not about if like it's something that's trending, but it's something that I feel like I've done enough research and I'm comfortable in. And it's also I put myself accountable in that sense, that if I know that something is not working, I'm also going to be open to saying, you know what, I tried this and this is not working. It's not working. So for me, it was a sense of I loved skincare, the beauty aspects, but I also liked the information and also wanting to tell people and share the information that I use, and then make some products that have worked for me and that I believe that can work for other people as well.
Gotcha. All right. Our next question is basically we're getting into the skincare part. So
the fun part.
Like the juice of this conversation, basically. So our first question is, how does one build a healthy relationship with their skin? Be it the skin in your body or the skin on your face. Because I know, I for one, guys, skincare, like I've tried so many like skincare routines and it just doesn't work, like you try something and you're like, it doesn't work, or like I feel like it's burning my skin or what, but like how do you build that?
So I think for me, the first thing is, when we look at skincare, before we start on the external parts, I think I always start on the inside. So it's first the thing of loving yourself and embracing yourself as you are, and then we start and work on the outer, which is our skin. So just loving the skin that you're in, regardless of how it looks, embracing that with its imperfections. And I know it's hard because sometimes you're just like, I don't feel beautiful and I don't feel like I deserve to love my skin or feel loved. But I think it's a thing that we constantly have to fight in with ourselves and be like, I love my skin, I love who I am intrinsically. So loving from within, and then it starts from within. You have that relationship with yourself, and then you can start like pouring it out externally. And then starting with for me, I think skincare, it's being patient with yourself and being patient with your skin. Like you just said, that you try products and then and then they don't work and you stop, and then you stop. And the thing is with skincare, people say the market is oversaturated, and in a sense that is true, but I think the reason why it might seem oversaturated is because people's skin is very different. So that's why we need a lot of options in terms of skincare products, so that people can all find products that can work for their skin, because what can work for me might not work for you. So it's like having making sure that you have a healthy relationship with your skin, and then being patient with your skin. And also I think we start small, we start basic. We do not just start
jump for the big guns.
Yeah, you don't come with an 8 skincare routine.
8 steps.
No, 8 steps, please. Don't come with an 8-step routine.
Start with like
starts with basics. Starts with like 3 steps. Starts with your face wash, your moisturizer, and your sunscreen, and then see where that goes. And when you give a product a few months work, and if
okay, so I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just want you to give us a number for months, like, because I'm very guilty. There's times when I've tried a product for 1 month and I miraculously expected it to work. And there's times where I've used it for like 2 months, 3 months, and sometimes 6 months. Right now, I'm trying out the Porsche M brand. I've been using it, I think it's like the 3rd month now. And I'm starting to see like the slight changes and so what's a good month if you're saying, okay, fine, starts basic, 3-step, you said face wash,
your moisturizer, and your sunscreen.
So how long should we give it?
The thing is, there are so many products in the market, so I can't speak for all of them, but for me, I think a good rule of thumb is from 6 weeks onwards, so at least over a month, you should start seeing results. But if you're not seeing results by then and it's not harming your skin, there's no problem in giving it a few more months just to try it and see if it works. And then after you've seen it, then you can decide. But also, it's important not to start too many new products at once. So it's like when you have a routine and you know that, okay, this is the face wash, this is the moisturizer I use, this is the sunscreen I use, you know that, okay, let's say you want to try a new face wash. you'll take out the face wash you're using and you'll try the new face wash, but then you'll try and keep those other two that you're using consistently so that you can know if this is working or if it's not working. Because now what happens is
I get you.
Because what happens is a person will stop everything they were using and then they'll use a new face wash, a toner, a moisturizer, a serum, sunscreen, and it's like all of these products are new, and it's like how are you going to be able to see what works and what's not working? Yes. What are you allergic to? What irritates your skin? So it's like you start small. You start with that one product and you see, oh, okay, I like how this product is feeling. Let me try something else. And at that time, you already have like information that, okay, I've used this face wash for like 3 months and it's been treating you well. So I think I'm going to keep it. Let's explore what a toner or a moisturizer. And then you do that. I think that's also that's where the patience thing comes in. Like I think you're saying that with patience, skincare, you need to be really patient. And also just a reminder that the goal is to have healthy skin, not perfect skin. So your skin needs to be healthy, not perfect.
That's a big one, because we all want clear skin.
No,
we just want to be like Barbie, guys. Like we all want clear skin. But I just love what you said. It was like the goal is not to have perfect skin; it's to have healthy skin. I think it's the same thing with exercising. Like the goal is not really. It's like even though you may want to look a certain way, but you must understand which the main aim is to make it to have a healthy lifestyle. A healthy, active lifestyle. And it's not about having a six-pack or having like a big body, because what if you're not meant to have a big body? What if your body you won't have a six-pack?
Exactly.
And I think it's what you're saying, like, sure, that's just deep. I would say I'm processing it like now, and I'm just like, I thought for the longest time I thought having healthy skin means having clear skin.
No, that's not the case.
You see,
that's not the case. I think we need to, and I know that like with the industry, the media, they're guilty of making us feel like, oh, you have to have gloss skin, but like that's not for everyone. Like I said, there's so many factors that contribute to how your skin looks. It can be your genetics, it can be like your lifestyle. There's so many things that happen, and your skin changes. Like personally, for me, if I can just share briefly with my skincare journey as well. Growing up, I didn't really have problematic skin. I've had fairly decent skin, and my mom was like very insistent on wash your skin, moisturize, use a sunscreen. That was what she preached. But my mom actually really had very problematic skin. But that's what she taught us, and my mom was not very big on makeup, so she was always like forcing us to embrace how we look. So it's like looking after your skin so that your skin looks good enough and you're happy about it, so that you don't have to cover up. So my mom was always on that tip.
Gotcha.
So growing up, and then so I had fairly normal skin, healthy skin, and so when I turned 25, I started experiencing what they called adult acne, and I'd never experienced that, and that was like the worst time of my life. It was the worst time of my life, because I was so people have acne growing up, and I didn't understand, but I felt sorry for them, but it wasn't a thing of like I couldn't understand. I couldn't empathize properly because I've never experienced. But then I experienced that, and it was like. And it lasted for like 6 months, and it was so bad. It was so bad, and during that time, I also had to work on myself internally, because it kind of made me realize, what, I had to go back to that thing of like, Snake, you're not just beautiful because you have clear or perfect skin. You're beautiful beyond
because
that and stuff.
Snake.
There's more to you than just how you look. So I had to remind myself while I worked on the journey. And eventually finding a way to kind of keep that balance and being okay with my skin. But I know what that means.
Sure. I didn't even know what's context.
Yes, it happens. It happens.
Bro, I'm sure that was like
I didn't understand what was happening. Like just having pimples, because I really have pimples. I'll have them maybe during that time of the month, and it'll be just 1 or 2, and then. But I know that after 2 weeks, it was a struggle. But then I eventually read up about it, and I was like, oh, apparently it's a thing. As you grow up, you do get bouts of it. adult acne. It might not be as severe, but we do have it. So for me, it was weird because growing up, as a teenager, I never had like acne as a teenager. So it was just like,
now, our next question, I think you've already answered it though, because the first thing that you said for us to have to build a healthy relationship with our skin, you said it starts inside. You said you must learn to love yourself, you must learn to embrace yourself and accept yourself like your truest self, like holistically. My question is, do you believe skincare is self-love?
Obviously,
of course.
But on a more serious note, I think skincare is part of self-care, but it's not the entirety of self-care. Self-care is bigger than just your skin or your hair and how you look. It's a very nice aspect of like your self-care, but your self-care involves also looking after other parts of yourself, be it your mental self, your emotional self, and your spiritual self.
Yes, definitely.
Skincare is part of self-care, but it's not the entire self-care.
And you definitely believe what it is. It's showing yourself some love. Got you. All right. So the next one is basically share with us some steps that we can apply from home today for a healthy skincare routine, like a daily healthy skincare routine. I think you've already started off. You said start small with the basics. So you said you must have a face wash, you must have a moisturizer, and then you must have your sunscreen. Right, that's the basics. So let's say okay, first, do you have products that you would recommend for people to try, that you have tried and have worked for you?
Yeah, I do have products that I would recommend. So now I'm mentioning names.
That's the thing. Okay, let's leave it. I think let's leave it. We're not promoting anyone.
Yes.
Today we're promoting your brand, which is Good to Glow. That's what we're promoting. So for your body's skin to glow, you must get a Good to Glow. So if, let's say, I've tried the simple 3-step, which is having my face wash, having my moisturizer and sunscreen, what else can I add that can make my skin glow and take care of my skin?
Okay, so I think what else you can do is obviously your diet is very important. So if you're a person that eats a lot of excess sugar, it's gonna have an effect on your skin. Some people might be lucky and get away with it, but some people can't get away with it. So you might have to look into like your sugar intake, as well as like the fats that you consume. So how many healthy fats do you consume, and also being careful with like the processed foods we eat. I know they're nice, they're delicious, but trying to limit that trying to limit that as well is important. And also I think looking at what your skin needs at that time. So it happens that your skin is
important actually.
When your skin is oily, look for like a face wash that says it targets oily skin, for example. And if your skin is like a normal and or dry, then look for something that's very hydrating. I'm a firm believer in hydration. So one of my biggest tips for how to have glowing skin is hydration. So when I buy face wash, it has to have some form of hydration properties. I'm all about hydrating, and even with the moisturizer, it has to be hydrating. Even like my sunscreen, it has to leave a sheen. I'm all about glowing. I don't like the matte look. I just do not like it. So I think for also that's also very important. And what else? I'm trying to think.
So because there's like serums, there's no toners.
Yes, those are actually very good. Those are good, but I think, like I said, when you've gotten to a point where you're happy with your skin routine and you are not like you're not having any issues with the product. Yes, then you can start and you have the budget for it, and you're like, okay, let me use let me get a toner. Because I'm not going to speak ill of people, but from what I've researched, there's very little benefits to a toner. So that's why it's like when they tell you to have a skin routine, they're not going to mention you getting a toner.
Yes.
So, but like there are serums that help with your skin and with your skincare needs. So when the budget allows and you're seeing that the products that you currently use are working and you maybe want a little bit more benefits or a little bit more boost, and then you're like, maybe I want to brighten my skin, and then you get a thingy serum. But another thing that I use like weekly, I try and do like face masks. So
that's gonna be my next question.
So
I love face masks.
So like I believe in them. I believe in them a lot.
Do you do the charcoal ones, or like there's these ones that I like, the
sheet mask?
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, can I this glow that she gets after applying a sheet mask?
Yes.
And there's this, your skin just feels happy, man.
Yes.
Even now that's like even hydrate, like
it looks plump and delicious. Yes, that's
feels
like
so good.
Exactly. And those are, like I said, hydrating masks. So like I said, if you want to have glowing skin, you need to hydrate. So like those sheet masks, and the best thing about sheet masks is that they're suitable for all skin types. So everyone can use it. So even if in your routine you have it, like you do it like twice a week. If you have like dry skin, you can even opt for doing it like 3 times a week. But like normal skin, or like just I do it like twice a week, and I love the benefits of it, and so keeps my skin hydrated. And obviously as we grow and we get older, we need more hydration on our skin. So for me, it's always important to put the hydration on your skin. And also another tip is, the best time to apply products is at night. So apply products at night.
Really? Why at night?
Because you're not gonna be out, you're gonna be inside and you're gonna sleep. So it gets your products get a better chance of getting inside the product, your skin rather. I mean, so your products. But the trick is obviously apply it before you sleep. Don't apply it and go to sleep, because it's gonna rub on your pillowcase. So apply it, do your skin routine at least 2 hours before, so that it gets absorbed in, and then you get into bed and you sleep, and then you wake up and your skin is,
okay. All right, I'm trying that definitely. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, guys, we are learning. The next question is basically, I thought I was going to ask you the same thing. When I'm reading the last part, I'm like, I see where's the difference. Okay, it says the best tips for keeping your skin healthy if you use makeup often. Because there's people who, for example, let's say, I don't know, they're in marketing or whatever, or for whatever reason they prefer using makeup on a daily basis for work. So how do they make sure that my skin is healthy, it's hydrated, the works? Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be based on just the research I've done, because I can't personally give advice on that.
Yeah, because I'm not a person that uses makeup often. Yeah.
But I know one of the things is, it's important that the products that you use, you don't use them when they expired. So you make sure that you keep products till a certain point, and when you're not supposed to be using them, you throw them away.
Yeah.
And then make sure you wash your brushes and your sponges, everything that you use for your face, because obviously we don't want to be transferring bacteria. So try and wash your accessories as often as you can. And also, like, as soon as you're done with your day, wash your makeup.
So your skin can breathe.
Wash your makeup, and then make sure you put on something that's going to be very hydrating on your skin. To kind of like revitalize it and rejuvenate it, because obviously during the day the pores were a bit closed and stuff. So you make sure that you do a proper routine where you wash and double cleanse. I hear you double cleanse, so you make sure that you get all like the makeup and the sunscreen off your skin, and then you make sure you do a proper hydration for your skin. And then obviously on days when you don't have to wear makeup, you give your skin a break. And I think I think if you're using good makeup, it shouldn't affect your skin
that much.
Like, it shouldn't affect your skin that much.
And then I know this is something about like making sure before you apply makeup, your skin is like properly moisturized. So this year I got a chance to do makeup after like so many years, and the lady that was doing my makeup was so thorough. Like first she said I must go wash my face, like, and I had washed my face. She said go wash your face again. So I washed my face, and then she layered, like, I think she put like a moisturizer, and then she put like sunscreen, and then she put something else just to moisturize the skin before she actually started applying the makeup, which was like very new for me, because obviously I don't use makeup and I haven't in a long time. So is it important to make sure that your skin is nice and moist before you put the makeup on?
That's actually very good. I'm actually impressed, because like it's very important that, like I said, you moisturize your skin, because when you put on makeup, sometimes makeup can be drying to your skin and stuff.
I see.
So, and the fact that there was a moisturizer and there's also sunscreen, it gives your skin a chance to fight. And also it's a nice protective layer, because before they put on like the makeup, there's a moisturizer, so it's like some of the products from the moisturizer gets into your pores, so it's like there's less room for the makeup to get inside your pore. So I think that's also very good. Yeah, good thing.
Gotcha. All right. Okay. Guys, get your pins for this one. This is important. This very, very important. Question 1. Question 1 is 2 tips for glowing skin. Because we want, guys, you can see her skin there. This one has that glowing skin, like, Footy, all the time, like, all the time. Since I met her, she's had glowing skin. And I've met her more than once now, and she still has the glow. So how do we keep our skin glowing, girl?
Oh gosh, I feel like I've already shared a lot of the tips, but I'll share more.
Just like 2, and then, like, if you want glowing skin, just like 2 things that we can do.
But it's more than 2.
But the 2 easy ones, the 2 easy ones to do that. Okay, 2 easy ones that don't require us to do the whole.
All right. Okay.
Let's say you've done your routine and whatever. Like, what's the 2?
Okay, so let me give you another free tip, guys. Invest in a humidifier.
Really?
Yes.
How does a humidifier help?
Because it brings moisture in the air, so your room or wherever you are, whether you're working, and I know it's sometimes when you work in an office, there's a heater, there's an aircon, so it dries the air up, so then that also dries your skin. You find that sometimes in the morning you're very nice and hydrated and you're glowing, but by the time it's the evening or the afternoon, your skin is dry.
I've noticed
so,
that, yes.
So it's because of the environment. So, so get a humidifier and switch on a humidifier. That helps me a lot with my skin, especially in winter, especially now. So I try and keep the humidifier on in my room where I work during the day and maybe late at night before I sleep, so that it keeps my skin nice and moisturized. Even when I wake up, it's not like tight and dry, because obviously in winter the air is drier and we have heaters on, so that's a very, very good one. And also get a satin pillowcase. That's nice.
And she sells those.
That's very nice. That's also
I've
very
never
nice.
had one. I'm actually thinking of investing in one.
That's very nice. Once you go onto satin, you're not going to be able to sleep on cotton.
Then?
Trust me.
Wow. Okay, guys, Nizwile, 1, get a humidifier and make sure the air around you is always like nice and moist. And then 2, get a satin pillowcase. Nizwile. Because the other stuff, well, you've already shared all of the other things. Yes. All right. And then the next question is your top 2 skin don'ts, like things that you like, don't do this on your skin.
Okay, so 1, don't not use sunscreen. Like
She's watching.
It's not an option. It's not an option. It's not debatable. 365 days a year, guys, we use sunscreen. Whether it's cloudy, whether there's snow, even, we use sunscreen. So it protects us not just from the sun, but it also protects us from the UV rays as well, that even get reflected if there's snow. So they get reflected and then they affect your skin. And there's also premature aging, and then you find that there's a high likelihood of you developing melasma, which is these dark dots that, especially like with our parents, that they experience because they never got told to wear sunscreen, so they develop those marks, and some people get them when they're pregnant or during a hormonal disturbance. So sunscreen is like your best friend. Like a lot of the issues you might have sometimes get solved by sunscreen, because it's so helpful. So for me, one is do not use sunscreen. And then two, don't use like harsh products. Listen to your skin. So if you use something and it stings or it burns, it doesn't mean it's working. A lot of the times,
because you remember I said I tried something and it was burning, and then people were like, no, just use it again. I'm like,
no,
but it's so like my skin is like it's crying, and when you're telling me to go and use it again.
No, like when you, and skin is very delicate, so like especially your face, you're only gonna have it once, so you need to look after it. So if like something is like burning or it's like
stingy or whatever,
no,
wash it off,
like
get rid of it.
Don't use it, don't use it, because like there's a high likelihood that it's clearly not good for your skin. Because
more harm.
It's causing more harm, so don't do that.
Not true. Okay, Nizule, guys, one, don't not use your sunscreen. Like always use your sunscreen
and reapply it, guys.
every day. And then two, you said don't use harsh products. So listen to your skin. That's the key thing. She said listen to your skin. If you're using a new product and it's itchy, or you're getting a rash, or it stings, or it burns, or whatever, wash it off and throw it away. Yes. What does your self-care days look like? You want the tea?
My favorite.
We want the tea. We want the tea. How does self-care look like? Self-care days look like for you? Yeah.
Oh, those are like my best days. I try and do 2 in a week, but one that I'm consistent with is my Saturdays. So my Saturdays are where I do like a thorough like skin, hair in a sense, and like mental and wellness check and stuff. So
what do you do? So obviously you'll do your skin routine. Do you add something different?
So I usually will do like I love like doing body scrubs firstly. So I'll do a body scrub.
So good.
And then just soak in a bathtub like in hot water, and then apply my products while my skin is damp, because also that's another tip. Applying your products while your skin is damp helps your products get absorbed much better. Yes. So, and then I do my skin routine. Usually I'll do a face mask, like that sheet mask.
Like I can literally see you in a bathtub with bubbles, and you've scrubbed your body, and the sheet mask.
Sheet mask is so nice. So, and I'm a huge coffee person. So I usually have my coffee, and then I'll maybe journal, and then if there's something that I want to catch up on, read, and then if there's something that I want to watch on Netflix, or like maybe there's a sermon, and then I'll watch something like that, and then I just rest. So I try and be intentional in having those rest days, because when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have a lot of control on your days, and especially when you're still starting out, you do everything. So every day is like, you can be working even at 10 a.m. So if you don't set that time intentionally to prioritize yourself, you end up not doing it. So I set a time where like I have my non-productive, which is for me being productive, relaxing is productive.
Yes,
so
definitely.
So I try and I have those days where I relax and I just try and take it easy, and I nap and try and quiet my mind, and because I'm a person that's also I always have a lot that I'm doing and thinking about. It's like so it's like I always have a lot of things I'm thinking about, and then so I try and in those days and that day I try and calm myself down and just be like being present and relaxing, relax and not think about what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Just being present in the now. Yeah,
got you. Do you believe in solo dates?
Definitely. Solo dates amazing.
God,
amazing.
Someone who understands. Guys, like
they're important.
Like spending time in solitude is
just like how people have, people that dates have like weekly dinner dates. I feel like people need to intentionally have solo dates.
Yes, like and what's like. Guys, go deep. I was the thing is solo date. With like it's so deep for me because it took me out like of a really dark spot in my life. Yes, like growing up, I had such a big problem with my self-esteem. I wrote about it in my course because when I was in primary school, like I was mocked for having stretch marks on my thighs. I was one of the first kids to have my stretch marks on my thighs, and that smacked my self-esteem. And I was like very outspoken and stuff. I still continued to be, but I had to go as far as actually wear like long tights for like sports day, so that if I'm wearing my sports shorts, my thighs don't show. Then they won't comment about it because they don't see it, right? So then I started having solo library dates. So I would go to the library alone. I had a library card, and I would go get like books, and then I would sit in the library for like an hour and just like read. And that's also when I started like journaling a bit in primary school. And from then, that's when my self-discovery and my self-love journey began.
Wow.
And like solo dates, guys, it's just
powerful.
It's, guys, I cannot stress it enough. It's just, yeah, it's like where
I think you need an episode on just solo dates only.
Because yeah, no, like it's deep. It's deep. But guys, these real solo dates are important. And I think self-care days are also important because, as you say, you're an entrepreneur. There's someone who is climbing their corporate ladder in their career. But what I think you said this one of the days when we were having a conversation, and you said you have to take care of yourself, because if you don't, there's no business.
Exactly.
If you don't, there's no career.
There's no career.
Because you're not there. If you're lying in hospital, who's gonna make sure my sales are taken?
Exactly.
Who's gonna deliver the orders and so we have to take care of ourselves, which is basically the gist of today's conversation. Self-care is important, and loving our skin and treating our skin right is also just as important. Before we wrap up the conversations, I did say that she is an entrepreneur. She does have a brand. So tell us about your business. This is your 2-minute pitch. Tell them they must buy.
Well, guys, after all the information I've shared, I still need to pitch. So yeah. So the name of the brand is Good to Glow Beauty and Cosmetics. I started the business officially last year, so it's over a year and a couple of months, and we currently have about 4 or 5 products. So it's a body butter, which is safe to use on your face as well, and then we have a hair butter, and then we have a lip butter, and then I also have a satin bonnet as well as satin pillowcases.
You have bonnets as well?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's currently what we have, but obviously we're working on creating more products. But the products that we have so far have been doing well, and like the best seller is like the body butter, because that's the one I started with. That's like the classic, the original. So that's the one that people love the most. So it helps with your eczema, it helps with your dark marks, it helps even out your skin tone, also gives you the glow, hence the name. So very moisturizing, and it's also suitable for kids as well, so it's toddler friendly. So it's good for the entire family. So like that's like the staple product, and then obviously we're working on building and creating more products for everyone to enjoy, because like I said, with products, with skincare, some people will find something that they don't like, or they won't find something that works for them. So it's important that we carry on discovering more products and creating more products that are going to help people, so that everyone has an opportunity to find products that they love and that they're happy with.
Got you. And then what did I want to ask you? Oh goodness me, why am I getting old?
It's been a long day.
Oh yeah, I started work. It's fine. But anyways, how do they order your products?
Okay, so currently you can order my products we are on Instagram at Good to Glow Beauty and Cosmetics. Please go and check us out and follow us.
Don't worry, I'm leaving it. Guys, we are not playing. I'm leaving links down below. If you don't follow, I'm watching.
So that's basically where I'm most active. That's where our brand is most active. We post products there, we post testimonials, if there's something new that we're coming up with, we post it there. So that's where you are most likely to contact us. So you can DM us from there, or you can WhatsApp us, and our WhatsApp number is also on our IG profile. So you click directly on it, and then you can just DM me and you order your products. So nationwide shipping is also available. You would decide which option you prefer. So we use PIP and Aramex. So depends on what the customer prefers.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Perfect. And did I want to ask you something? No, I don't. Oh, guys, I tried their hair butter. Like my hair is, and you know what? It makes my hair so soft that I've been able to keep the afro for a week. I generally don't keep it for a week. Yes, because I get so tired of. Because like, even though like I moisturized my hair, a castor oil from Native Child, and I was also using coconut oil. Yes, it moisturizes your hair, but it doesn't really make it soft.
Oh,
do you understand what I mean? Yeah, but the butter just like I literally, and on most days I didn't have to always like spritz my hair with water.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
I would just like put the butter and I'm good to comb my hair and I style it and I'm good to go to work. I think I've only like sprayed it with water for like 3 times in the week.
That's good.
And I've had it open for like I think a week and a half since I got the
hair
butter.
Your hair still looks good.
It looks like I washed it yesterday. I washed it that week. I'm only gonna wash it today again.
Wow.
But anyways, guys, like try their products. They're very, very, very good. Do you hand make them?
Yes. I hand make them.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
magical hands.
my goodness. That's amazing.
Yes.
That is amazing. Okay, guys, that comes to an end of our conversation. Thank you for so much. Like, I've learned so much in this conversation.
My pleasure.
Then I have trying to Google stuff about skin and all of that jazzy jazz. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Don't forget to go and follow them on their social media, and most importantly, don't forget to place your orders.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.